The resolution is adopted. That brings us to the bottom of page 10, House Resolution 4573. Clerk will read.
4573, Mr. Rankin, Charlie Kirk Memorial Highway, invitation.
And in question is adoption of concurrent resolution 4573. All right, for what purpose
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to be heard on that.
Okay, Ms. Cobb-Hunter is recognized to speak on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me say from the outset that I know that these words will fall on deaf ears. That has absolutely nothing to do with my belief that they need to be said. I am so amazed at this rush to honor people who have no honor, in my opinion. Mr. Speaker and members, this is one of many to come. And as I just shared with my colleague, Chair of the Legislative Black Caucus, Representative Mike Daniel, one of the things that I've learned is to let go and let God. And I know there are people in here who profess to be Christian, and I'm sure in their minds they are. But I wonder what the Christ I grew up knowing about would think about a group of people who would bestow honors on men and women who have shown through their behavior that they don't know what honor is. When we think about, for example, I heard somebody get up here, the chair of the Black Caucus got up here and thanked the governor of this state for allowing the late Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson to lay in state out here in the rotunda. We can't say the same thing about the so-called president of these United States, who denied that honor to Reverend Jackson, who denied the honor of having the flags lowered, to honor a man who spent his entire life working to bring people together. It seems now we are in a state of mind where we believe it is so appropriate. And I heard somebody, when I asked to be heard, say, oh, here we go, right, here we go. Here we go with the majority deciding to bestow an honor on somebody who is totally, in my view, unworthy. I wish those of you who want to revere and make this man something different in death than he was in life, I wish you would just think for 1 minute about how people of color feel about him, about how women with a mind to think for themselves as opposed to going along with the party line feel about him. Tell me what did he do to deserve honor? Divide? His face is on the Department of Education, a college dropout, a community college dropout, on the face of the Department of Education. But guess what? I was not surprised about that when I think about the Secretary of Education has no background in education, World Wrestling Federation, and what we are seeing is an administration that acts like everything is a WWE event. Now, as I said when I started, I know this is not going to matter to those of you in here. And as I constantly remind you from time to time, this message is not for you. This message is for those out there who are watching us and who wonder, does anybody have a voice of dissent? And I just, like the old folks say, I just stopped by to tell you, this is one. And I don't care what you think, because obviously you don't care what we think. If you did, you would not, in my view, rush through honoring people who hate, people who divide. After this, you're going to be talking about the Donald J. Trump Memorial Highway. And you'll all have press conferences and take pictures of the board to see those of us who voted against it, and you'll use it as you use everything else. And more power to you. More power to you. I have started, because the ocean calms me, and I have started to count the times in here that I've had to refer to my ocean waves and sunrises and sunsets to be able to just sit here and listen and watch. I can't do that today on this. It's been too much. It's just been too much. And so, Mr. Speaker and members, for my constituents who keep asking me, Gilda, what in the world is wrong with those people? What's wrong with them? And I am at a loss to say what it is. But let me just wrap my comments up. I know all y'all ready to go home, and I'm ready for y'all to go home, and I'm ready to go home. And I would rather have not headed down I-26 East with all of this. But be that as it may, you need to understand that there will come a time, all these little young people sitting against the wall, you continually try to make it like they are the only race. Do y'all understand that in this country, we are close to becoming a majority? In some states, it's already there. All you're doing is passing the sins of the father on to the children. And I'm here to tell you that you sit up in here and you have your little circle. It's almost incestuous the way y'all act in here. You have your little clique and your little circle, and you decide, okay, I like being in here. I like these titles. I like this perceived power that you think you have. It's fleeting. It's not going to last. Let me close my comments by saying this. Again, for the Christians in the room. It's like somebody said one time, I like your Christ. It's you Christians who give me pause. Let me say this for those of you who profess to know a higher power. I want to be just a fly on the wall when you roll up to the pearly gates and you say to Peter, hey, Peter, let me in. And you know what the response may well be? Who are you? Who you? I know you not. I don't know who you are. You sure you got the right place? And now, for those of you who are irritated, welcome to my world. To those of you who say, all y'all talk about is racism, think about how those of us who experience it feel. Think about that. Ms. Speaker, thank you for this opportunity. You do what y'all always do, but just know that at the end of the day, there is someone who sits high and looks low. And that's what keeps me in here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. Cobb Hunter. Mr. Grant is recognized to speak on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope she's qualified. Direct quote from Charlie Kirk, January 23rd, 2024. If you're a WNBA, pot smoking, black lesbian, do you get treated better than a United States Marine? Charlie Kirk, December 8th, 2022. Happening all the time in urban America. Prowling blacks go around for fun to target white people. That's a fact. It's happening more and more. Charlie Kirk, May 19th, 2023. If I'm dealing with somebody in customer service who's a moronic black woman, I wonder if she there because of her excellence or is she there because of affirmative action? The Charlie Kirk Show, January 3rd, 2024. If we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called racist. Now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go and steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Charlie Kirk Show, July 13th, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen in the House, it has been eloquently said by Ms. Gilda Cobb-Hunter, and I really didn't want to get up here and go after her after she just laid down the gospel. But it's important to hear direct words from who you are getting ready to honor and give a road after. Now, I understand very clearly that this is a local road, and we give respect and honor to those local areas. But let's also remember, there are African-American women, African-American men, all kinds of people who travel along those roads. Is that somebody you want to honor? Is that somebody where you want a small and minority business to open a business around? Because you're naming someone who had direct quotes that I just read from. That's not who we are as a state. That's not who we are as a people. So I would caution you, before you want to name all these roads behind people who have said such nasty, disgusting things about the people you see behind me, about the people you sit with, about the people you collaborate with to make sure that you do what's right for the state of South Carolina. What are you saying about us with this vote? What are you saying about the vote that's going to come up later to rename another road after Charlie Kirk? It's irritating. It's disrespectful. If you do not agree with those words, please reconsider what you're getting ready to do. But if you agree with those words, and it is a signature by the vote that you will take on green on the board, that lets us know how you feel about us.
All right, pending question is adoption of concurrent resolution 5573. Ms. Cobb-Hunter requests a roll call. Do non-members second the request? Non-members do. Voting on the board for adoption of concurrent resolution 4573. Straight up vote. All right, time's expired, polls closed. Clerk will tabulate by a vote of 75 to 31. The House concurs, adopts a concurrent resolution. That brings us to 5189 on page 11. Clerk will read.
By Representative Pope, naming Rock Hill intersection, McDowell Drive, Officer Stephen Wayne Jordan.
Pending question is adoption of concurrent resolution 5189. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. That brings us to the concurrent resolution 5190. Clerk will read.
By Representative Pope, Johnson Street, Officer Robert Morris McFadden.
Pending question is adoption of concurrent resolution 5190. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, ayes is adopted. That brings us to House Resolution 5192. Clerk will read.
By Representative Pope, Rock Hill, York County again, Officer Robert Gilmore Johnson.
Pending question is adoption of 5192. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, ayes have it. That brings us on the bottom of page 12, House Resolution 5000. Clerk will read.
Representative Dan Gibson, 5,000. Charlie Kirk Memorial Bridge.
King requests a roll call. The non-members second the request. Non-members do. Voting on the board for adoption of concurrent resolution 5000. All right, time's expired, polls closed. Clerk will tabulate by a vote of 75 to 29. The House adopts concurrent resolution 5000. That brings us to House Resolution 5176. Clerk will read.
Willis, Lawrence, Judge Joseph Wilson McGowan III.
The question is adoption of House Resolution 5176. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, ayes have it. Resolution is adopted. That brings us to House Resolution 4982. Clerk will read.
4982, Ms. Crawford and others. This is the future 73 President Donald J. Trump Highway. This is an amendment. Two amendments have been tendered. Number one, Mr. King. Amendment number one, Mr. King.
Mr. King's recognized to speak on amendment number one. Mr. King.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. My amendment just actually honors the person who the president that actually has spent some money on Highway 73. And I think it would be most befitting that we name it after the person who has invested under their leadership as the president of this country, under $10 million under the Recovery Act, and that is former President Barack.
Mr. King, hold on a second, please. The amendment's not showing up. Blake, is it on the computers? All right. Okay. If you need a copy. All right, Mr. King, you're recognized.
Thank you. The president that has shown financial interest under their administration, and that is President Barack Obama, up under the American Recovery and Investment Act of 2012, there was a $10 million investment during that time up under his administration. I think that and feel that it is most befitting to honor him with the naming of the highway. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Move for its passage.
All right, Mr. King moves for adoption of amendment number 1. Ms. Crawford moves to table it. Mr. King requests a roll call to non-members second the request. Non-members do. Voting on the board, tabling motion. All right, have all members voted? Any objection, cutting roll call short? Any objection? Hearing none, polls closed. Clerk tabulate by a vote of 78 to 30. Amendment number 1 is tabled. That brings us to amendment number 2.
Yes, sir. Number 2 is by Mr. King as well. Number 2.
Mr. King is recognized to explain amendment number 2. Mr. King.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and colleagues. And since you did not like it that way, so we do know that President Obama invested into this state in Highway 73 through the American Recovery Act. And you all feel that the current president, Donald Trump, has talked about it, but has not actually invested any money in it. But to accomplish this and to honor the people who we both believe should be honored, then we should name it after both President Obama and President Donald Trump. And I move for its passage.
All right, pending question is adoption of amendment 2. Ms. Crawford moves to table the amendment, and Mr. King requests a roll call to non-members second that request. Non-members do. Voting on the board, tabling motion. All right, have all members voted? All members voted. Any objection, cutting roll call short? Hearing none, polls closed. Clerk tabulate by a vote of 81 to 30. House tables amendment number 2. No further amendments pending question. Yes, Ms. McDaniel speaking on the resolution. Ms. McDaniel, you're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, before anyone says whether or not what I'm about to say is germane or not, it's what I must do to preference. Mr. Speaker, can I get some order? Thank you. So I must read this to preference what I need to say. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked advanced against me to devour me, it is my enemies and my foes who will stumble and fall. Though an army besiege me, my heart would not fear. The war break out against me, even then I shall be confident. One thing I will ask of the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord and to seek him in his temple. For in the day of trouble, he will keep me safe in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock. Then when my head will be exalted above the enemies who surround me, at his sacred tent I will sacrifice with shouts of joy. I will sing and make music to the Lord. Hear my voice when I call, Lord. Be merciful to me and answer me. My heart says of you, seek his face. Your face, then, Lord, I will seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my helper. Do you reject me or forsaken me, God, my Savior? Though my father and my mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me. Teach me your way, Lord. Lead me in a straight path because of my oppressors. Do not turn me over to the desires of my foes, for false witnesses rise up against me, spouting malicious accusations. I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Ms. McDaniel. Pending question now is adoption of 4982. Mr. King requests a roll call to 9 members second that request. 9 members do. Voting on adoption of resolution 4982. All right, have all members voted? Any objection, cutting roll call short? Hearing none, polls closed. Clerk will tabulate by a vote of 76-28. The House adopts resolution 4982. That brings us to the last resolution, 5084. Clerk will read.
5084, Representative Williams, Donald J. Trump. 4482.
5084.
5084, I'm sorry. Wrong one. There we go. This is Mr. Williams in Luck, Hartsville.
All right, pending question is adoption of concurrent resolution 5084. All in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, ayes have it. Resolution is adopted.